This bozo Rory decides, let me try to show up to his house and drop a postcard to show him that I'm Irish and my mafia vibes. Like my mafia vibes. Basically trying to threaten me like, yeah, I know where you live.
So it's been up with me and him since then. Let me tell you this. I had watching him. I don't care. He could be at a funeral. He could be at the birth of a kid. I don't give two and this is no threats of violence. I just had to figure out what he was doing because he thought he had to drop on me.
That's a dope fiend move.
No.
That's a crackhead move.
No.
Yeah.
In one of the most corniest beefs of all time, between two of the most corniest individuals with platforms, DJ Akademiks has upped the ante and crossed the line with Rory from the Rory and Mal podcast, which is currently under fire for tweets from back in the day. We'll talk about it right now on Doing It for GP.
You can't handle the truth.
As a whole becomes a part, I strike to burn, and the flame returns.
Welcome back to the channel. Your boy Mac back with some thoughts, with some opinions, with some reactions. Wipe your feet off as you come in, hit the like button if you so choose, and hopefully you stay a while. Shout out to the supporters. And with that said, let's take this walk. So the beef between Rory and DJ Akademiks started when Rory was on the Joe Budden podcast, and Akademiks, I believe, while sending shots at Joe, pretty much said that his co-host, Rory and Mal, were workers, and they didn't have the acumen to be bosses. Ultimately, Akademiks finds out that Rory showed up on his property sneakily and personally to leave the most corniest passive-aggressive note, in his mailbox.
This bozo Rory decides, let me try to show up to his house and drop a postcard to show him that I'm Irish and my mafia vibes. Like my mafia vibes. Basically trying to threaten me like, yeah, I know where you live. Here's the thing. If you gonna do some shit like that, you gotta shoot up a house or something. You can't just do this and think, oh my God, he knows my address. We're all public figures. If you're at a certain point, I could go up right now and look up Chris Brown's house. Remember I was calling his bum ass a worker? You could tell he was so bothered by it. The card he got me said, it's boss day, right? Because I was telling him, you a worker, I'm a boss. Stop telling the boss how to do business with these companies when you can't even figure out your business with Joe. In the middle of the card, it said this. Look, love a stooge. Remember I was calling them the two stooges? Love a stooge. That's what it said, love a stooge. So anyway, when I first got it, because I was beefing with Mad back then online, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, did Meek Mill send a goon here? But I looked at the handwriting and I said, there's no Philly goon who got that great handwriting, or who's going to CVS before he goes to spin a block and going into the Hallmark section to say, I wonder which card could intimidate Akademiks. No! So I said, all right, let me just chill. I ain't gonna say a motherfucking thing, because I'm thinking it could be this dweeb or the other dweeb. You remember the other? Mealy Mog. Of course, as much as I'm open with y'all, bro, not an idiot. I didn't say it immediately when I got the letter. He gets online and snitches on himself. One day I'm mad lit, mad drunk. There was a Tory Lanez album playing. It was like a release. And I fell asleep. So I'm taking an extended blink. You feel me? Rory is on Twitter. You know that Rory was saying that you were fake sleeping for attention. He's tweeting at me now. So I'm on stream, he's tweeting. Like he would just say some like mystical shit, like, just beware. You're never too far to not to be touched or something. But he kept typing like numbers before it. 3 or 4 numbers down the line, I get to realize he's putting my zip code for where my new house was at. The card that was left in your mailbox, the stooge, which you've been calling him, and you didn't acknowledge the threat, but now he's tweeting out your zip code in separate tweets with one number at a time. It's this fucking idiot. And after that point, the rest is history. You won't believe who's in my house right now. He said, who? I said, Rory's side chick is here. We got issues. Rory hit me up and said he don't want to f with me because I snitched on him and I didn't mean to snitch on him.
Ak has never let that go. He mercilessly clowned Rory and Mal when they got fired from the Joe Budden podcast. And fast forward to now, Ak is now involved in children.
The who I'm really getting it in with, not one of them has ever shown up to this crib. Ever. The only person who had the audacity to show up to my house was this little white boy right here. So it's been up with me and him since then. Let me tell you this. I had watching him. I don't care. He could be at a funeral. He could be at the birth of a kid. I don't give two And this is no threats of violence. I just had to figure out what he was doing because he thought he had to drop on me. It was all fun. When I told you, yo, I think some pulled up to my crib. They left something in my mailbox. I read the thing out. I had mad ops. I don't know who it was. When we figured out who it was, y'all all laughed. Yeah, yeah, you thought nobody was gonna come see about you. Y'all all laughed. So now when I got people watching him while he in the park, we watching him while he taking his mama to the doctor's appointment. We watching everything. We don't care what going on. Did he care what was going on? When he dropped off the letter in my mailbox, my mama was in my house because my mom be at my house at the time. Did anybody say that like, yo, damn, why'd you show up to his house like that? Like, yo, Ack, you going too far. No, it ain't. Don't show up to nobody's house.
What a sucker move. Matter of fact, I know what type of move that is.
That's a dope fiend move.
No.
That's a crackhead move.
Mm.
That's exactly what that is.
Only a dope fiend does that. Only a crackhead does that.
That boy playing with his nose. Gotta be. He's not living in reality. You can't stalk someone's kid, period. Especially when you're not gonna do nothing to the dad. This isn't a fucking movie. But what do I know? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you like the content, hit the notification bell. And with that said, hopefully you've been entertained and informed while passing this precious time that we all have, and hopefully I've earned your sub. I go by the name of Mac. This has been Doing It for GP. Till next time.
I can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here.
Never did me, I spit the truth. Call you aware, fear-driven niggas get the boot. All of you squares couldn't fit up in my circle. All of us rare and will hurt you severe. Slow your roll, nigga, patience is a virtue. Yeah, and a nigga bite any bark. When I black out, how you gon' hide in the dark?
Lil White, where I am. So it's been up with me and him